Hey, hi everyone. Good morning all. Welcome to the demo. Okay. Mm, Before we go into the demo, let me introduce myself and let's have 2 lines of introduction about each and every person and then we'll proceed. So my name is Sagar. I'm the trainer for this complete DevOps and cloud. Okay. Uh, I have total 12 years of experience in this field. Okay. I started my career around 2013 as intern. Okay. From there, the journey started with Wipro. Then I moved to TCS. Now I'm currently working at Mastercard. So uh, I'm working there as a team lead. I have a team of 10 members. Okay, where we do uh, the deployments. We manage the DevSecops. We manage the cloud activities. We manage the non-production items and everything, right? So it's a huge team for different products under it. So that's an overview about my career. Uh, Apart from that, coming to the institute, okay. So we are situated at Hyderabad, okay, KPHP, Kokatpalli. So we train multiple courses, okay. We train in multiple courses, so we have like a lot of different courses, but DevOps is one among that which we train it. And here, like whatever the courses we train, all are the professionals who join us, right? So we bring all the professionals who are working professionals. For like, I am working professional, like I am available from morning 6, from morning 6 a.m. India ST time till around 2 p.m. right? So that is what like I'm available. After that, I go to my job. So it's not just we just train this individual batches. We also train corporates. We go to the corporates startups, right? We give them the workshops. Then we have consultancy batches, like we get US, UK consultancy batches, Australia consultancy batches, right? So we also train bulk of students in the consultancy batches. So that's an overview about the institute. Now, okay, just 2 lines about yourself would be great. Okay, anyone would like to like please unmute yourself and speak in case someone want to introduce themselves. Just 2 lines, 2 minutes we'll spend about this, and then we'll move from there. Anyone would like to do this? Feel free
Uh,
to.
Hey, my name is Girish. I'm total I have around 12 to 13 years of experience into Microsoft technologies like .NET, and currently I'm looking for a Azure .NET. I mean like Azure DevOps upgrade.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else would like to go?
Yeah, my name is Sai Kalyan. I'm 23 years experience and I'm into senior management role. But was more interested to know all about what this is all about and because I have also done my DevOps leader certificate.
Okay.
But I was just trying to get also this added so that it will add more technical perspective,
Yeah,
value add.
wonderful. Great. Thank you. Anyone else would like to uh, speak about 2 lines about yourself? Right. No worries, right? People might not be comfortable in introducing themselves. Yeah, great. 15 years, can lead. Okay, no worries. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Okay, let's move. I will like most of the people experience here. Okay. So let's move on, right? So this course is about the DevOps and cloud. Okay, but we recently introduced your DevSecops. Okay, because market is looking towards security more today, because already DevSecops is there in DevOps is there in the market, and also cloud is there since a while, right? So now we wanted to bring security on top of it so that it will add some value. And then this would be the agenda for today. Okay, we will be covering this agenda. We'll speak about this agenda. So DevOps overview, cloud computing. We'll speak about Azure and cloud, and then we'll speak about the industries using your DevOps. And then what will be the roadmap for this? And we'll speak about some prerequisite. Fine. I don't know if there are some freshers in this call. Okay, keeping in their mind. So this total course which we have designed, okay, total course which you have designed. So this course which you have designed is for almost 12 to 15 years of people content we have kept it. Okay. So whatever we can bring in the advance, we kept it. Even for the freshers, we train it. Why? Because industry is looking today, people who come to who join an organization, they need to have a technical skills, because nowadays, like, no one is teaching technical skills. It's all process when you enter. It was a case when I joined. It was a case where they used to teach. They used to put at least like 3 to 6 months of a training period for a fresher, where we used to get etiquettes, learning communication skills, and etc. things, right? But now it's like they're directly moving them into the project and giving them a basic KT and they want to try, because everything is open today, right? Internet has everything. You have a lot of open sources to learn, right? So that is what. So even the fresher will be training almost like, will be giving them almost 12 to 15 years of knowledge. That is what this course is about, right? So now moving on, very first, like, if anyone is new to DevOps, or someone is already into DevOps, or someone is already into this course, remember that time and patience is important, guys. Okay. Why? Because maybe when you start something new, it takes time. Okay. So have patience for that, and the result will be fruitful. Why? Because we have seen that I have experienced that. Maybe when I started, right, I started little bit slow. Okay, the salaries might be a little bit slow. Even not only like any company I've seen, like I worked in Wipro, I worked in TCS, right? When I started with my career, the journey was little bit slow. But once you start gaining the experience, the salaries are turning into 100%. Salaries are turning into 100%. Every time you switch a job, I see almost like I'm getting 100% of mine. Okay, so there's a lot of demand for it. Okay, why? Because it's one of the digital course. Don't expect it just to be a software course. It's one of the digital course in the market. If you list down on the top 5 to 10 technologies which you see in the market, DevOps will be one of them. Okay, DevOps and cloud will be one of them. And today, the trend shows almost till next 2050. Okay, 2050, DevOps has the same trend what it is following today, same trend will fall in 2050 also. Okay, because the demand is growing day by day, because DevOps and cloud is a base for any application, any product, any software which you build, right? So this is a base. So you need infrastructure at any cost. You need this DevOps tools to manage that website and everything. So this is the base for everything. Okay. So that's the reason, have time and patience. It has its own result. Okay. Then anyone who want to start a technical, right? Who want to, move purely into technical, remember that the Linux is very mandatory. Okay, Linux and shell script is mandatory. Okay, so if someone is using purely Windows, yes, Windows, like most of the people might have knowledge because we started with the childhood, right? So you can easily manage that. But most of the companies I've seen, like, they use Linux. Okay, a lot of the websites and everything I've seen, they have Linux. Okay, so Linux knowledge is essential. Why? Because it's not Linux. Any operating system knowledge is essential. Why? Because the troubleshooting is, you learn the troubleshooting from there. Okay, you want to debug logs. You want to check some configuration. You want to update some configuration. Okay, you want to trigger some scripts. Okay, you want to roll back something. So everything is like operating system commands only works for the tools as well. Okay, because DevOps tools are purely based on the operating system commands. And then shell scripting, if you want to do some minimal automations, okay, some minor automations, you want to do it here and there to, save the time or, save the effort, right, for the repeated task, then you go with the shell scripting. Then this both we are teaching from the scratch. You'll be learning this from the scratch, almost like 70% of the Linux admin, you'll be learning it. Okay. And again, there is some 30%, which is like mostly towards the data center, which is not required nowadays because we're moving into the cloud. Then anyone is passionate to start their career. Okay. If there is a fresher, someone is from different background, okay, they want to move into the DevOps and cloud. Okay. Yes, you can start it. There's no hard prerequisite. Okay. Someone is already at a higher position, right? They want to, they want to go as a DevOps manager, they want to go as a DevOps team lead, right? Yes, absolutely, you can go. There's no hard prerequisite, right? So if you want to start, you can start it. Okay. And then programming knowledge is not mandatory for DevOps course. We don't touch any programming. If you explicitly want to, have a secondary skill as a programming knowledge, yes, well and good, you can go, you can add on top of it, but by default we don't do any we don't touch any kind of a programming anywhere, right? Then graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, okay, non-IT people, okay, freshers, anyone can start this from the scratch. You can learn it. There's no prerequisite. Okay, you don't need any prior knowledge. You can start from the scratch, right? Now, moving on. See, it's DevSecops. That's why I told you, right? Prerequisite is starting from Linux. So we are starting with Linux. That's why I told you it is starting from the scratch. I'm completely starting the course from the scratch. Anyone who is new, they're starting from the scratch. Okay. So DevSec, the SecOps which you're learning here is this is just an add-on on top of your DevOps. Okay. So first you'll start with the Linux, then you'll go to DevOps, and then on top of that, you'll add your security. Okay. I'll come back to that as well. Okay. So this will be the course. Okay, this will be the course agenda. So what you'll be doing is, okay, what you'll be doing is here, you'll be learning your, okay, okay, to clarify this one. So first you'll start with introduction to DevOps world. We'll speak about a little bit of DevOps. This is just theoretical to understand the process of DevOps. The main thing starts from here. Okay. So why we focus on this is, doesn't matter at which position you are, to understand the issue, to debug the issue, to get some idea about the customer facing issues, or to project or for example, right, you want to implement something new, or you want to bring some automation. So Linux is important, guys, to understand this is a base pillar for a DevOps and cloud. Remember that. Anyone who want to work technically, okay, who want to understand the flow in technically, who want to deliver some content to a customer in technically, Linux is very important. Okay. And then your DevOps tools. Okay, you can start with the DevOps tools and then go with your cloud, and then start learning your monitoring and SecOps. Monitoring is important. Why? Because today, like everywhere, people are asking SRE. SRE knowledge is essential, because here and there, definitely every company will have a monitoring tool, because no one sits in front of the applications and monitor 24/7. So we have a good amount of tools which will, drop an email as and when there is a downtime, as and when there is any warning or issues going on your application, right? And then SecOps is what? So what are the tools you're using the DevOps and cloud to add a security? So what is the SecOps? In simple terms, for example, let's suppose some of your developer or engineers or any QA people, right? They made a connection to the DB. Okay, it's a simple example. They made a connection to DB and they have passed a plain text password. They passed a plain text password, or they kept a password directly in the configuration in the code. So that is like a violation, right? So that is like a security violation which should not be done, because your password should be always encrypted and it should be kept in a proper format, in a file, or it should be kept in a proper location where it should be kept. Okay, you should not keep in anywhere, right? So how you can protect your passwords, how you can protect your sensitive data, right? So like your vulnerabilities, for example, if some developer uses some outdated code, okay, or maybe we use some outdated mechanism, or some of the code is not written in proper format. Okay, so this SecOps is why this is important, because when your application goes live, any application which goes live, if your application should not be hacked by a hacker, or application should not be compromised, okay, or your website should not be compromised, then this SecOps will help you to that. Okay, so each and every tool has its security things, okay, where you'll be managing this one. Okay, like you have application security, you have a code scanning, you have a security scans, you have a Docker scans, your image scannings, right? Your operating system library scans. So a lot of things are there which you'll be having as part of the security. So this is on top of add-on. So first you require basic knowledge is Linux to be technically fit. Be Linux knowledge is required. Then gain your DevOps and cloud. Then on top of this is add-on. This will add a weightage to your profile. This add a weightage to your profile. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, and lastly, some interview guidance will help you in case of interview guidance in terms of your resume preparation. If someone is from non-IT to IT, someone who has done some different jobs and want to move into this, then will help. Right. Now, moving on. So we have like 15 plus tools here, which we have taken as standard tools as per the industry, and we'll be driving this as part of this course, right? And then we'll do some projects as well. Okay, we will do some projects as well, where we'll see the how this integration of pipelines happens. Okay, what will be the flow of a customer facing when you deploy your Kubernetes Docker to a customer environment? Okay, how do you do the Ansible way of deployment? Okay, how do you design your how do you design your architectures for AWS stack or your Azure stack? Okay, what kind of a Terraform automations you'll be doing it, right? So all that things you'll be seeing as part of this, which will give you a idea about what exactly in a company you do about your automation, right? What exactly they're doing automating. Okay, what different activities they do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, this will give you an idea about, right? So will you be implementing few flows, understanding the basic flows, advanced flows, and etc. things. So it will give you a clarity about that flows. Okay, we'll be implementing this. We'll be implementing different projects and everything. So you'll get an idea about what exactly we're going to do as part of this. What exactly we're going to do as part of this, right? And like this PPT, we don't use it, guys. This is just for like basically we just use it this for our what do you call it? Demo purpose. We don't drive PPTs anywhere. Everything is whiteboard. Like we implement this kind of architectures or any tool which you learn, right? If you're like this is VPC. Whatever you learn it, you learn in the form of architecture, and then I'll give you the notes based on that. Okay, I'll give you the running notes and I'll give you the PDFs. That is how you'll be learning it. So this is all like the flows which you'll be learning. What way of deployment you'll be doing as part of this. Okay, let's move on. Okay, little bit about DevOps. Then I'll open for question and answers. Okay. Now, like what is this DevOps case? Okay. Most of the people might be both. They know what is DevOps. So there is a keyword called dev, where you have developer and ops called operation. Okay. So these two keywords form this DevOps word, right? But what is this DevOps actually? So remember, DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a tool. Okay. DevOps is a process actually. Initially, DevOps came very early in around 2000s. Okay. So around 2000 came, and this DevOps is used as a process in most of the company. Okay. It gives you a proper process to build a product right from designing till it goes live in the market. Okay. So DevOps is a process where your development team, operation team will work together to build a quality product right from design till it goes live in the market. And to build this, to implement this process, they wanted a proper life cycle. They wanted a proper life cycle. Okay. Now, what is life cycle? Okay. So what is life cycle? This is a life cycle. Like the way you plan it, the way you build it, the way you integrate it, right? The way you test your products, the way you deploy or move it live environments, right? You gain a feedback from the customer, the way you improve that, because any product you see in the market, right? You see a phone, you see a car. Every year you get a new version of products. Okay. Then you have your monitoring, right? Then you have a monitoring. So monitoring is like regularly you get updates in your phone about your security updates or your new software update and etc. things, right? So the way of monitoring your products and everything. So initially to implement this DevOps, okay, so DevOps came as a process. To run this process, they wanted this life cycle. To implement this life cycle in the market, they wanted your DevOps tools. That is how the DevOps technology came in the market. So initially it was a process. Then it came as, okay, then they brought this life cycle. Behind this life cycle, there are tools like planning has your ticketing tool. Your build and code has your Git, Maven, okay, your JFrog and etc. Right? Your integration has Jenkins, right? Then you have GitHub Actions today, your AWS code pipelines, Azure pipelines. Then you have testing, SonarQube, and different tools are here, okay, in terms of your scanning and everything. Then deployment, okay, you have like Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, right? And these are like feedback and monitoring is like a regular stuff which our organization has to do. And monitoring, you have good amount of tools. Okay, that is how the DevOps tools came in the market. Okay, so initially DevOps was a process. Initially DevOps came as a process. Okay, it came as a process so that you build a software, you build a website, you build a product. Right from designing it till go live in the market is what your DevOps process. That is what how it is used. Slowly they brought the life cycle to implement this DevOps process, and then the DevOps tool came in the market. That is how the technology came in the market. And previously, before DevOps, we used to use something, a word called build and release technology. There was a word called build and release technology, and we were called as build and release engineers. Okay, it was a case which I have seen like before 2015, this word was very in the buzz, right? A lot of companies I've seen, like big companies were on top of this. I've seen these big companies were top of this build and release engineers, right? And etc. things. That slowly they moved into a DevOps engineer. Because there was a drawback in this build and release technology. Okay, this drawback brought your DevOps process and slowly your DevOps technology. DevOps process was there long back, but this build and release technology converted into a DevOps technology because some tools of this build and release still we use it, like your Git, Maven, SonarQube, JFrog, Jenkins. These are all your build and release tools. Then the advanced tools you have is like Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, your security tools, your monitoring tools, right? All that things are there. Okay. This is how your DevOps came in the market. Okay. DevOps came in the market. And where do you think this process is used? DevOps process, where it is used? Every product software website, okay, which goes live in the market. So when you say every product, which industries are using this product? Okay, so DevOps, if you see where exactly this DevOps is used, where exactly this DevOps is used. So DevOps is used in these many places, guys. DevOps is used in these many places. DevOps is used in these many places, and these many companies are making use of it. These many industries are making use of it. So software industry, every software industry requires a website. So they also need your DevOps tools and cloud. Cloud is for storing the data, infrastructure, etc. things. And DevOps tools will make sure your website is running 24/7. You build a product, okay? Any product you want to build it, you require DevOps tools, right? So it has different capabilities. It has build capabilities of the website. It has, making it live capabilities of your website or any other product which you want to build, right? So software, automobile industry, they have their own websites, okay? Or they have their own process of building a product. So this DevOps process will give you the process as well as, okay, implementing the deployment side of the product where it will make sure your website is 24/7. So this many industries are making use of your DevOps. Okay. Social media, what do you use it? How do you think your WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook is 24/7 up, right? Have you ever seen a downtime for that? Because your cloud is sitting behind it, your DevOps tools like Docker, Kubernetes. Today, the most widely used tool in the market is Kubernetes. Kubernetes is widely used, okay, because it provides you cost optimization. It provides you, okay, it makes sure a website never goes down, even if you upgrade, even if you do any kind of a changes, right? So that happens with the help of your DevOps tool. So these many places DevOps tools are used, guys. These many places your DevOps tools are cloud are used in these industries. These are industry names. Again, in this, there are n number of companies. There are n number of companies. These many places you have opportunities to work. Okay, government jobs are there. Like you get a lot of deputy manager infrastructure activities for different banks. Okay, then you have freshers whose age is less than 27 years. You have DRDO, where they ask for DevOps and cloud knowledge. Okay, so then you have AI, Airport Authority of India. There also they are looking for DevOps engineer with this knowledge. Okay, so multiple places you have opportunities. Multiple places you have opportunities where this DevOps and cloud is widely used. Okay, it's not just in one industry like software. This multiple areas, and highest paying is this. Highest paying in the industry is your insurance, banking, and your financial tech. This pays the highest salary in the market. Okay, this pays the highest salary in the market, but because it's like regularly used, right? We make use of these products regularly. Okay, so this is widely used. Okay, and here you get a highest paid salaries is what you get. Okay, and if you see this, your DevOps is related to your real-time life. Okay, whatever you use in your day-to-day activity, any product you're using in day-to-day activity, that is related to your DevOps. Okay, that is related to your DevOps because who uses the product behind these industries? Entire population uses it, right from a kid who is 3 years till it goes till the aged people, right, who are senior citizens, right? They make use of it. Okay, every person uses a website, every person uses the app. Okay, today, like whatever you see, any business is coming in the industry. You take an example of Zepto, you take an example of Milk Basket, you take an example of your Swiggy or anything, right? Amazon Prime, Disney Hotstar, whatever it comes in the market, everything requires a support of DevOps and cloud. Without DevOps and cloud, it's not possible. Or any business, any person who want start a new business, definitely require a website, and that website is managed by DevOps tools. And behind that, you require definitely cloud. Without cloud, the data cannot be stored. Okay. So any business who want to go offline, online, definitely these two are required. That's the reason this will be among the top 10 technology you'll find at DevOps and cloud. Every industry, every business who starts, it requires this. Okay, and this is related to your population, guys. As the population grows, the demand for this grows because the number of people who start using the applications increase, then the demand for this DevOps and cloud grows, because that's the reason like they are hiring multiple engineers. Okay, in one project I see minimum like in minimum one project there are at least 4 engineers they keep it. Okay, 4 DevOps engineers will be sitting and managing. Okay, so that's a demand, it's growing in the market. Fine, that's a demand, it's growing in the market. Fine, so DevOps came as a process, slowly converted into your technology, and that is what you're using today, your DevOps tools and etc. things you're using it. Okay, and it is used by every industry. It's not just one industry. If you see, you don't see about software, you see every industry it has been used. Every industry it has been used. Okay. Now, I'll give you 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. So DevOps engineer is IT professional course. Treated as just a software engineer. It's just a software working engineer. Like nowadays, previously, like what are the system engineers, network engineers? Everyone is coming to DevOps. Everyone is coming to a DevOps and cloud. Okay, because the traditional way of working is now gone. The traditional data centers have been removed. Everything is going to be cloud. So it's one of the IT professional course. It's one of the digital course. Remember that it's not a support job. Okay, don't expect DevOps to a support job. Okay, it's purely a professional job. Why? Because there are a lot of work to do here. You have a different activities, right? You do your customer facing, you work on the R&D, right? You research and develop about your tools. Okay, then you work on the non-production side of this. Okay, you work on your automation activities, you work on the monitoring implementation, you work on the security implementation. So lot of different you can say different verticals are there for this DevOps, where you have a lot of opportunity in the company, though you'll be learning this 15 plus tools and etc things on top of it, but it depends upon the industry how much they're using it. Okay, so there's also flexibility for this. Okay, there's a lot of opportunity to learn certain tools. Okay, in some company, again you'll go to other company, you'll go learn some other tools on some company. So profile doesn't grow in one day. Your profile doesn't grow in one day, even if you're 10 years, 15 years. When you got an opportunity to work with multiple clients, multiple companies, you work with different clients and everything, that is how your profile grows. Okay, when you work on different tools, when you work on different projects, right? So that is how it goes. That is how it goes, fine. So main for the DevOps, remember, you require a knowledge of your Linux, you require a knowledge of your DevOps tools, you require a knowledge of your cloud, you require a knowledge of your monitoring SecOps. And in the DevOps, when you say all these tools, what you learn, you should have a capability of monitoring that, capability of automating that. So the automation is a key. Everywhere people are looking for automation. Whatever you do it, you should not do manually. For example, there are 15 steps or 10 steps or whatever steps you have. You automate that in such a way that you reuse it. Every time you want to use it, just click a button, it should be done. That is what company is expecting. That's the reason we have designed a tool like your Ansible, your Docker, your Kubernetes, your Terraform. So all these tools are like majorly widely used in the industry. Okay. Then roles and responsibilities, make sure most of the DevOps jobs are full-time. Here and there, they get a contract and everything, but 90% we have seen it's full-time jobs only. There's no contract jobs. Okay. And we are responsible for ongoing maintenance of website, your DevOps tools, and your cloud. So whatever you work, that is your responsibility. And have a strong CI/CD tools. Okay. You have a strong CI/CD tools, that is what you saw it, right? And then if you want to learn all the three clouds, remember that all the three clouds are same, guys. Okay. It's not like Azure is different, AWS is different. No, the vendors are different. So what service you find in Azure, the same service you'll find in AWS as well. There's an alternative for that. The way of using is also same. The logic is also same. Only thing is that the look and feel is different. The vendor is different. Okay. If you learn AWS, you can easily learn Azure. If you learn Azure, you can easily learn AWS. Okay. And then there's a GCP in the market. This is not widely used. Okay, most of the customers there in AWS Azure, but some companies also use GCP. It is also similar pattern. That is also a similar pattern what you use it here. Fine. And mainly remember that gain troubleshooting knowledge, guys. How do you gain troubleshooting? Again, I'm saying it's a Linux. How to read a log. Okay. How to read a log, how to analyze that log. Okay. So what different configurations are there? So when you learn a tool, so learn about mostly about the configuration, what exactly it contains in the file. Okay, go through that. That is important because that will teach you the troubleshooting. Okay, how do you restart? Okay, when an application starts or when any tool starts, so what kind of a checkpoints you have to check in that, right? Whether this service is started, whether it connected to a port, whether it established a connection. So this kind of a points is what you, that is where you learn troubleshooting. That is where you start learning troubleshooting. That is where you pick up the points, right? So reading a log is very important. Okay. Analyzing the log is very important. Okay. That is what, okay. Looking at the configuration. Okay. So understanding the error, right? So it's all about search and implement. You go and search and implement. And remember that DevOps is one technology which is purely open source. Whatever error you get, it is there in the internet. Whatever error you get, there are a lot of people who are who post things, similar kind of errors you get in the internet. And again, there's a lot of support from your cloud. Cloud people, you can open an AWS case, Azure case, and everything, and they will help you when you have a subscription. Okay. Now, so mainly we are looking to analyze, design, architect, and automate your scripts. This is what you have to be as part of DevOps engineer. You have to analyze, you have to design an architecture if something is missing in your architecture, and then evaluate your automation. Automation is important. Automation is a key today. Everywhere people are looking automation. And even if you join a company or other company you go, or you're existing you're in the same project, you see already everything might be set up. Okay. But you should have a knowledge to manage that. So have a technical skills. However, again, the base build is Linux. Anything you do, base is Linux. If the Linux is strong, tomorrow any tools come in the market, you will able to handle it. That is as simple as it is. That is what your DevOps is. Okay. If you're able to manage your operating system knowledge, any tool comes in the market, you easily learn it. But if you don't possess operating system knowledge, it's difficult to manage any tool. Okay, because you learn installation process from operating system, you learn configuration process from operating system, you learn the troubleshooting from operating system. Okay, so operating system is a key to start your journey with your DevOps and cloud. Okay, and then on top of that, security and everything is just as tools. You just integrate with your DevOps. If you learn DevOps, you just make an add-on on top of it. Nothing much it does. Just an add-on on top of it on the existing process. That is what you. Right? Okay. Okay, I'll take a pause before I proceed further. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any queries and doubts? Any questions? You don't need to write notes. Everything I'll give you. Everything I'll give you. Each and everything I'll give you. Don't need to do anything. Just to browse. Everything I'll give you in detail. You don't need to search anything.
Hey Sagar,
You see?
what is the
Yeah, go
expected
ahead.
duration of this? Three
This will
months?
go 3 months. Okay, 3 months is what actually I keep 2.5 months, but like 3 months is required because if you see previously we started with we just had DevOps and cloud. That is to take around like 2 months. Okay, 2 months and buffer half period. But now we have DevSecops on top of it, right? So minimum we require 3 months for it. Okay, because the content is high. You can go through the syllabus. I don't know if you got a syllabus or not. I have shared the syllabus also
Yeah,
while
we got the
posting it.
syllabus.
Yeah, so syllabus, if you see, it's very in detail and the content is too much in this. Okay. And we cannot rush here because here we have both freshers and experience, right? So we have to keep it moderate. Okay. So anything you see, whatever you see in the syllabus, the same thing will be tracked here on the daily basis and you'll get the notes on top. Okay. Whatever you learn, everything is here in this. Okay. You'll get everything here. Okay?
Yeah,
You'll
that's
get
great. Thank you.
any topic you see, it will be say any topic you'll see, you'll get this complete folders. Okay, so what do you learn the daily basis the content will be complete. Okay, what are the projects you learn or what are the cloud you learn with the architectures diagrams and everything will be handled. Okay?
So, Sagar, is this only for
Your voice is breaking.
AWS and Azure? Do we have a GCP as well?
GCP we don't have. So if you want GCP we can include, but again the course fees will go high, right? Because we need to spend time on it. So that is what, right? So mostly like in the market today, people are asking only the AWS and Azure. Okay. GCP is used like rare companies, even the openings are very rare for GCP. Very specific companies ask GCP.
Yeah, okay.
But if you want to learn GCP, not a big deal, right? I told you, right? If you learn AWS, GCP is similar pattern of learning.
Yes, guys. I have dealt a little time with some of the clouds, but if you can, instead of getting into all the clouds and getting confused, try mastering one cloud, and the rest of the clouds are all will be a cakewalk. Trust me. It's just a different word, different terminology that they use. Otherwise, it's all the same process that works across the clouds. When I say across the clouds, I have seen AWS, Oracle, and a little bit of Microsoft. But all of them has the same functionality, same process with different names. That's all. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone has any questions, any queries and doubts?
Hello. Hi, Sagar.
Yeah, good.
So, does it help me by any chance? Because I'm already in a senior management role. How does this help me?
See, if you're in a senior manager role, remember that doesn't matter you're in the manager position, you're in a technical position, or you're a technical lead, or you're just an engineer, right? So remember that today industry is looking at there's no people management. If you frankly, if I speak today, if you say
Agree.
I'll just do people management, that is not accepted. You have to face clients, you have to talk to clients, you have to be in every meeting. Okay, and any major issue comes, any blocker comes, then you have to be part of that. Okay,
Yes.
so to understand that issue, to speak about that issue, or to at least reply on that email, you should have a content on that. So how it will come? Until you have a technical knowledge. Okay. So if someone, for example, someone has worked for 10 years as a manager or 15 years as a manager, now they have given opportunity to manage a DevOps team role. When you want to interact with your team, if you don't know about DevOps, how will you interact with your team? How will you understand, what is a pain area for my team, right? Because when an engineer comes that I am facing this issue, but my manager doesn't know what is DevOps itself. He doesn't know the technology itself. Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
he don't need to type a commands over there. He don't need to execute something, but he need to
Yes.
understand what is the actual failure over there, what exactly client is looking for it, and what I can help in terms of my team to get the resource and everything. Okay.
Right.
In terms of it. So that is where even the managers who comes, they need technical knowledge, because when they interact with your engineers, or they interact with their different teams, so they need this knowledge at any point.
No, I totally understand, because currently my manager is a zero software knowledge guy with a mechanical background, so I'm already facing that challenge. So got it. And Sagar, what would be the timings?
So timing should be morning 7, I believe. They will inform you mostly. It's IST, morning 7 IST.
Yeah, got it.
India time IST.
Better it should be 8 like this.
I don't think like
If anyone is
no. Mostly this is the online batch, right? So online batch is always either morning 6 or 7. So you can just still confirm them. Okay. I
Yeah,
exactly
but see,
don't have
if
that.
if it's an ask from
Uh,
most of the people in the class, I think we should think about it. 6 is too early.
yeah, not 6, it's 7 actually. 6 will
Yeah.
come. One more batch is there, which will come at 6, because we have US folks, we have folks from Australia, we have from different, right? So
Yeah.
different regions folks will be joining. That is how it is planned.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm just thinking about, but 6 or 7, it's a time where kids have to go school and we have to give some time for them. So no worries. Yeah, it's a practical thing. So
And any more
I
questions,
think in
guys?
this batch I don't see any fresher as of now, Sagar. Is there anyone?
There'll be freshers added. Okay, we have given multiple demos. Okay, and most of the folks don't speak. That is what the problem. When we again reach back to them and we ask them, then we find some freshers. So freshers will be there. Definitely freshers will be there. At least in a batch, 4 to 5 freshers we get it.
So, Sagar, about the security tools, what are all the security tools that you will tell?
You got the syllabus, I believe, right? You can get the syllabus part.
I got the syllabus, but not able to find the.
Yeah, here it is. You will see the
Okay.
Sonar code analysis. You'll see a Trivi. We'll see OZAP. We'll see ISE1. Okay. We'll see some Git leaks. We'll see sync. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll also see towards your cloud. In the cloud also there are few that also will see as part of your cloud.
is
Okay.
Sonar Cube the one which is widely used from this list here?
Yeah. It is widely used. Every pipeline will have Sonar.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry if I interrupted someone.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's fine.
So only why only this specific tools was there? Why don't you include all the things?
See, every tool has an alternative. For example, if you take not only this, any DevOps tools has an alternative. For example, GitHub, you speak about GitHub. GitHub has Bitbucket. If you see
Mm-hmm.
Jenkins has Bamboo. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
every tool has an alternative, but these are the standards. These are the standard tools which came in the market. Then that is an alternative. So if you learn one alternative, you'll easily understand. For example, you take GitHub and Bitbucket. So both have same content, both have same way of using it, but only two different vendors it is. Similarly, you have JFrog and Nexus. So both the tools content are same, both the users of use is same, but vendors are different. Now we cannot cover two tools, right? It has become difficult for us. Already running 3 months is this course is difficult. Again, having alternatives of that tool will become difficult for us. So what are the standard tools? We'll keep it. If in case that tool comes, you'll easily manage that.
So, okay, is this a SAST kind of or DAST kind of tools?
See, dashed you cannot run it. Okay, everything will be SAST only, because when you say you want to run dashed or something, definitely you require an application, running application. Okay, on top of that, again you need functional test cases and everything. Then only the dash will work. Dash will not work directly. So it definitely is purely SAST only, and fewer security ones in terms of security checks. That is what you use. So dashed when you use, definitely you require your you need the QA people, you need the proper functional test cases, and then it will do the functional test cases on top of it. Then you can do on top of it. But directly you cannot use Dash. Dash has its own prerequisite. Most of the companies don't have Dash tools.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Because for the Dash, you need a live application. On top of that, you need that piece of code. Dash doesn't run. You need to pass as a parameter that piece of code, all the functional related test cases which they are written it, and then it will run it. Simply running Dash will not give you any output.
Yeah, basically,
You're breaking bad. Dushyanth, you're breaking bad. We hardly hear you.
Your voice is totally breaking, right? Maybe you can leave a message.
Checks or something like that. It comes. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, any more questions, any more queries, any more doubts? Fine. If you have any question, just leave it, right? Your voice is breaking. I'll answer it if you're able to hear us. Fine. Okay, fine. So, so whenever you're learning any course, right, there's a proper roadmap. Again, I'm saying that gain the complete skills, what are you learning it? And the roadmap is always operating system, remember. It doesn't matter like you're very experienced, okay? You have too much experience, it's fine, okay? Or still you're the manager position, though you'll not run these commands. Again, I'm saying because I have seen like I've worked with multiple managers. When we go to client location, right? For example, we worked in TCS, right? From the TCS, we used to go to a company called SAP Calidus. SAP Calidus is one of the insurance company that is used in the US. And this SAP Calidus, what we used to do is on the weekly basis, Saturday, Sunday, we used to do huge deployments. That to like 6,000 servers at a time, we used to trigger a commands, right? On the Ansible nodes, we used to run a command which is to connect 6,000 machines at a time. Okay. And it should do a deployment. So in such situations, right, the manager itself is to come for deployment. I have not seen like any manager coming to deployment in the client location, but we used to sit like we were 10 engineers managing different products of them. Okay, so one or two engineers are assigned to one product. Okay, if it is very, if not that critical, then one engineer is to manage one product. So they give us the products, different products, and has everyone has the different tools for different products and manage to set them. So when you handle client escalations or when you want to give an explanation about it, then you require to first you have to understand the base, what exactly the issue started from where, and what is the solution for that. So to explain them, you require this knowledge. Okay, it's not case in every project. Okay, but I have seen this almost like 70% of the projects, manager involvement is very high. Okay. Okay. And not only this, like now I'm seeing like I'm working with most of the pharmaceutical industries. Okay. So the clients are from completely from pharmaceutical industry side. So there also we see like the manager who is almost 20 years of experience. Okay, 20 years of experience. When no one is available, or when you see that there is a resource crunch, manager itself, I have seen like in a screen sharing, he is doing complete Linux activities, he's running everything. That is how they grow, right? So it's this manager position. In some companies, maybe the idea is different, but most of the companies, if you want to work in the top companies, top product-based companies, okay, or you want to work, you work from service-based also today, but if when you connect to top product-based companies in your work, this is very essential. Okay. And they and how they become manager, right? So from the people, from the engineers, tech leads, they go to the manager positions. Okay, that is I've seen, right? I've seen growth, and we see I'm talking about 20 years, but I have worked with a client called PayPal, where I see 10 years guys, 10 years experienced person is a SD manager level 2. Okay, they call it as some uh, they give some MTS2. Okay, manager as technical something they give it. So it's just 10 years experience, right? So see the career how it grows. When you have a technical skills, the growth is very high. So it's not just a ground level engineer who is a junior, or who is a 3 years, 4 years, 5 years or something. Even at the expense as 20, you require technical skills, because to face the customer, to get the requirement, to project or just give any PPT skills or anything to client, you need that skills. You need that skills. Okay. So as just to tell you that knowledge never go waste. Remember that. Whatever you learn, knowledge never go waste. Somewhere at some point it will be. Okay. So have a roadmap of Linux. Start with your DevOps cloud, or go with your DevOps, and then learn the monitoring security. Okay. So add-on is always, maybe in future again you'll get AI on top of it. That is, it's not completely into market. Okay. Few people are experiencing it, but soon there'll be like DevSecops with AI. Okay. We will be also planning it going forward. Okay. So because if you want to grow, if you want to, be at that positions, and you want that highest salary in the market, then you have to be with the latest trend in the market. That is also DevSource was also not in a plan of most of the institutes. They don't have a plan. Okay, they have one or two tools, like they run Trivi, or they run this Sonar Cube, and they just stop it, right? But like we going to bring more tools in the market, but problem is like the time people want it very quickly. People want to complete the course in 45 days to 2 months. It's not possible. Why? Because we can teach you in a day, 2 hours, 3 hours. But what will happen is, when you learn something new, when you learn something new, okay, it goes away from your mind. Okay, what happens is you start with Linux, then you go to DevOps, then you go to cloud. By that we come to cloud, Linux is flushed away. So that's the reason we don't rush it. Okay, we keep it very slow. Why? Because though you learn for a longer time, learn it perfectly once. Okay, learn it perfectly once. That will be with you for a longer time. Okay, don't do that hurry worry workloads. Like basically, we give some corporate startup companies comes. They say like, we want a one week of workshop, where we want from, like, in a day we want to cover 6 hours. Yes, we can cover 6 hours, but when you drive completely 6 hours, what happens? First of all, it's new. You start getting bored. Okay, you don't get some of the things. Okay, and most of the things you can't capture it, right? It will go away from your mind. So that's the reason, like, learn in a moderate way. Okay, start with one module, learn it completely, keep revising that module. Okay, because it's a human mind will not keep everything in the mind, right? So keep revising, jump into your other module, start that module, parallelly keep an eye on this module. Okay, until you jump into your job and until you start implementing that, right? Because If you leave it for a longer time, it's a human mind. Not only this technology, anything, right? For example, I am working for some other. Maybe for example, I'm working today. I worked in all the three clouds. I worked on GCP also. So last 1 year, if I don't touch GCP, what will happen? I will not recall things very easily. It will take time. I might recall it, but it'll take a longer time. Similar thing happens with you. Okay. So keep revising. If you want to, have all of them in your mind until you crack the interview. Once you go inside in the company, once you start working in the company, once you start implementing that tools, once you use on the regular basis, you don't need to remember anything. It will come automatically because you're touching that tool daily basis. Okay. But learn in a roadmap. Whatever you learn it, anything you learn it, learn in a proper roadmap. Keep your basics very strong. Okay. Have your fundamentals very strong. Start with the DevOps, go with monitoring, go with cloud, anything. Okay. You want to learn bits and pieces? Yes, you can learn it, but learn module by module. That is also fine. Right? Then certifications. Yes, someone want to do certifications, well and good. Again, I'm saying go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Go ahead, do it. But I recommend do the certifications if you are in a company. If your company is paying it, go do it. Give a try on it. But spend time, guys. Don't do certification a month or don't do. So when you plan the certification, at least give 2 months of time for you to learn properly, to explore properly, learn a lot of FAQs, search a lot of lot of different white papers will be there. Read everything. Okay, because certification is all about not checking knowledge. Okay, so we don't know from where they will ask, from where the content will come. Okay, some unknown content also they'll ask it. So make sure you learn properly. Okay, so your certification world and your real way of working is completely different. Okay, there's purely like a knowledge check, and this is purely your experience. What you work in the real time is purely experience. Okay, so look at the market. What is the demand in the market? If someone want to really move into the DevOps and cloud, research the market, what openings you have, how many different companies are making use of it. That is also one important thing, right? What different companies uses your DevOps today. Okay, research all the companies, right? If you're switching a job, go to every company, create an account in their careers, a careers tab, right? You have that in the website. Go create your account, apply for it, okay, or follow some HRs, okay, or apply there, right? That is how, because these companies, like the big companies I've seen, right? I've seen the PayPal, I've seen the company like MasterCard, I've seen like Microsoft. Hardly you get emails from them because mostly they go with the referrals. And second thing, you follow HRs, right? The HRs following is like, because many times I applied for Google, hardly one email I got it. Okay. One email I got it. But when I went with the referral and something, I got immediate interview got scheduled. So that is how it is, right? So follow HRs, make connections, make a lot of connections in the LinkedIn, everything. That is how it is, because it's as simple as, right? Even if you have 15 years, you're 10 years, you're 20 years, you're fresher, everything. Today, population is growing. Population is growing, and there's no response from most of the companies directly to you. You need to put effort. You need to go with that effort. You need to search everywhere. Okay. You need to make sure that you are reaching that people because it's our need. Okay. So plan it in such a way where you are, you identified in the market. Okay, you are in the spotlight. Okay, so make your resume better. Okay, add each and every tool what you're learning it. Okay, gain the knowledge. Okay, and then proceed. Okay, and it's not mandatory that you do what do you call it? You execute each and every command and then you apply your resume. No. So first gain the knowledge. Whatever you can gain it, try putting in the resume, because resume is not built in one day. And start in the middle of the course, start applying the jobs. Okay, if you are already want to switch, or you want to try for a different project in the same organizations, or you want to take a DevOps project, or you want to handle new projects. Okay, until you step into it, you don't experience it. Learning never ends. Okay, again I'm saying learning never ends. Throughout the career, in the journey of the software world, even if the age of for example, if the in the experience of 25, 35, 40 years also, you'll still keep learning it. Okay, you keep learning it. Learning never ends. Okay, so until you step into that, then only you'll gain the actual flavor of DevOps and cloud. Okay, so go for the interviews if you want to switch. If you want to work in the same company with a different project, step into the project. Doesn't matter what happens, step into the project and then go on. Okay, because day by day you will be learning it and you'll be implementing that. Right? Okay. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Okay. And then there's a technical part of this. Part 2 is there, but today I'm not going to drive. So we'll be understanding about end-to-end flow, Once we start the course, okay, on the day 2 of that, we'll be drawing a technical diagram. There I'll give you end-to-end flow about each and every tool. So whatever tools you're seeing it here, this complete tools, I'll give you an end-to-end flow where you learn about the process. What is CI/CD process? What is a customer facing process? What different tools you use it? Each and every tool description I'll give you. What is this tool? Why it is used? Where it is used? We'll speak about this overview about tools. Okay. And then we'll proceed. So day 1 will be mostly introduction, where we'll be creating an account, we'll be setting up some things. And the day 2, I'll speak about technical diagram. And the day 3, your practical will start from there. Okay. So daily course will be like 1 hour of, if it is 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, mostly it is 1 hour. I extend 15 minutes whenever there's a topic extension, otherwise I don't extend. So half an hour will be theory, half an hour will be practical. Theory is important because you understand the concept. That is how we explain in the interview. That is how we explain anyone. If you want to explain anything, right? You need that knowledge. Okay. And then there's a practical. Okay. So practical, however you have to do it, but understand the concept. What is what, where it is used, why it is used, what is the purpose of that. Right. That is how we're going to work on it. Right. So, but technical diagram I'm not going to draw today. Technical diagram will be drawing on the day 2. In the day 2, you'll be implementing the technical diagram. Complete end-to-end flow will be drawing with each and every tool. Each and every tool I'll cover in that, in the flow, where you'll understand what will be a day-to-day activity, what will be a customer-facing activity. Okay, what level, what different automations you do it. Again, what different tools you integrate in single place. Okay, and how do you achieve your one-click automation? How do you achieve your one-click automation, where you click a button and all your work will be done. You click a button, all your work will be done. Fine. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any queries? Any doubts? If you have any questions, reach out to this number. Okay, you can also visit our website. So you'll get all the details about the syllabus, the course timings, the fees, and etc. Then you'll get it. Right? Any questions you have, feel free to ask. And if you want to understand more technical diagram also, like in most of the demos we have covered it. If you go to our website, you'll find our YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel, a lot of demos which I have given. Okay. If you want to learn in advance, you want to see that in advance, you can go to our YouTube video. Okay. So it's like a 145 minutes to 1 hour of video. You'll get that video in our YouTube channel, our Career ID YouTube channel. You'll find like a lot of demos which we have given. In that demo, you'll find a technical diagram as well. Right? Okay. Any questions, guys? Feel free to ask. Any information you want, anything you want, you can just reach out to this folks. Okay, you'll get all the information from me. Right? So when the course is going to start, what is the timings, what is the fees, etc. details, you'll find it. Fine. If no questions, let's take a pause. If there's a questions, I'll wait.
We are good, Sagar. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.